March 24th, 5/17. Donald Trump getting rid of these, deporting these illegals. Using this 1798 Act that's on the books. Congress passed it. It's as good a law today as it was back then. As applicable today as it was back then. I want you to think about this. Because you already see where the left-wing lunatic judges are going with this. They're probably going to try to claim a technicality that Congress hasn't declared war. Meaning Trump can't use this act. Okay. Let's say that's true. What could happen in this country? If this is the courts, if this is the highest court's ruling, if they come down with this ruling, I want you to think about this. Wonder if J.B. and Kamala Harris would have served 2 terms. And in doing so, they would have let 50 million of these people in this country, or 100 million illegals. And then Donald Trump, or somebody like him, would have got elected. You would have had all of these illegals in this country. We would have been swarming with them, wouldn't we? They could have been stealing and murdering and raping, doing whatever. Non-U.S. citizens. 150 million, 100 million, 75 million. That could happen. Could have happened. So how many votes does it take in Congress to declare war? How many votes? Wonder if the Senate had a Democrat majority. You'd never get the votes to declare war, would you? So here's the President of the United States who has articles in the Constitution giving him what? Power to protect this nation. So what would we do? Just let those 50, 75, or 100 million, like, well, there's nothing Trump can do. He can't use this 1798 Act because Congress won't declare war. But Congress is not charged with protecting this nation under the Constitution. It's president. The president is the one that's charged. So the president couldn't do his job, could he? Maybe this is why in 1948, I believe, the Supreme Court ruled the actions a president takes under this act, I believe this is what was said, unreviewable. The highest court of the land said unreviewable. What does that mean? That means the high court can't even have an opinion on this, meaning they can't tell Trump or the president of this country, oh, you can do this and you can't do this. That's what the highest court of the land said in 1948, and that was over a court case. Now, does this act specify anything whatsoever that Congress passed about due process of an illegal alien the president decides to deport? Does it make any mention? I don't think so. Now, think about this, because you hear these left-wing lunatics, and I've not heard this one judge this morning, or this one lawyer say, well, wonder if one of them people that were sent to El Salvador was a citizen of this country. Well, that's a possibility. But that person should be able to reach out to our embassy in that country and work with our government and correct a wrong. You know, there's false arrests done in probably the United States every day, huh? There's people wrongly arrested, and what does our system do? It corrects the wrong. I mean, you got Brian Kohlberger. Isn't he locked up right now? He's not been found guilty. He's locked up. He's a U.S. citizen. What if he's found not guilty? He's been locked up now for months, hasn't he? But if he's found not guilty, he'll be turned loose. Or if he's found innocent, I don't know, not guilty, innocent, same difference, he'll be turned loose. So there we have a U.S. citizen who's locked up. I'm surprised there's not a left-wing lunatic judge out there arguing that that's not due process because he's not been found guilty. What have you got him behind bars for? He's innocent until proven guilty. But he's a citizen. Yeah, if anybody should be walking the streets right now, it should be Kohlberger. He's a citizen. These people that were deported were non-citizens. But the left-wing lunatics seems like want to give equal due process to non-citizens than citizens. The President of the United States, I don't think, even needs a reason. If you're a non-citizen, he says, you know what, I don't like your looks. Hit the road, Jack. Get out of here. That's the way it has to be. He don't even need a reason. Now, he'd probably have a better reason than what I just said, but he doesn't need a reason. That's the power we vest in this person. You know, that's why we have elections. That's why we have a president. And naturally, if the majority of the people in this country think the president is acting strangely, or they just don't like it, they get to go cast a ballot, don't they? They get to go vote again in the future, don't they? That's what's supposed to happen. That's what we just did. We didn't like JB. The country didn't like what JB had done, and Kamala Harris was part of it. So what did we all go do? The majority of this country said, you're out, Kamala. Trump, you're in. But what has the judicial system done since Donald Trump swearing in? He's executing his executive authority. And what about the people Obama deported? What kind of due process did they get exactly? I don't remember seeing any. Well, what did they get? Obama deported some people, didn't he? What about William Jefferson Clinton? What about George W. Bush? I believe all three of those presidents deported people. Well, exactly what was the due process those people got? It was Obama that had them in cages, wasn't it? Remember that? He had cages built. They tried to pin that shit on Trump. No, those were Obama cages. Yeah, so what kind of due process did those three prior presidents give to illegals, illegal aliens? You know what the majority of this country thinks, right? If these left lunatic judges keep doing what they're doing, you know, you Democrats, you can kiss your asses goodbye. Because all these judges are doing is they're just showing what they believe. And you liberals out there are going to have to carry this water for these lunatic judges. And you know what that means? The next presidential election, do you believe illegal immigration will be a subject of discussion? You're damn right it will be. And just think about this. Do you see, is there a single Democrat, to include Bernie Sanders, AOC, Senator Slotkin out of Michigan, are they even talking about illegal immigration? No. They're keeping their mouths shut. When are they going to start talking about it? Yeah, when Trump came down that escalator in 2015, I believe it was, he told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And the fake news media attacked him for telling the truth. And I be damned if Joe Biden didn't get elected. And we got to see it, didn't we? We got to see it. We got to see the crime rates in Venezuela go to damn zero. And we got to see the crime rate in this country. We got to see apartment complexes being commandeered, young ladies being raped and murdered. Yeah, that's what we got to see. The Democrat Party has no leadership. They don't have any good ideas. And everything Trump's doing is wrong. Everything. Can you imagine that? Just think about this. How many billionaires in the United States of America, now Trump is not a crook. He didn't go rob banks to get rich. How many billionaires in the United States who didn't win a damn lottery are stupid? How many? I don't believe you'll find a single one of them. And if you were a billionaire and you were a Democrat, you probably wouldn't be stupid either. But this is what the Democrats portray Trump is. He's wrong, wrong, wrong. He's never right. Neither's Elon Musk. How could a broken clock is right twice a day? Trump's not even right that many times, according to the left. Think about that. Oh, and JB and his wife want to come in to put the party back together. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty. He wants to come back and put himself back together, huh? It's the most idiotic thing that I've ever seen. It's called an implosion. And all of those characters, to include Oprah Winfrey, boy, you really got you're something to be proud of, aren't you, Oprah? When you went to that Democrat National Convention and you spewed that bullshit on that stage, when the left-wing media in this country kept parroting what Kamala and this damn Homeland Security chief was saying, the border is secure. Well, how the hell did all these people get in this damn country if the border was secure? And how come there was no federal judge issuing damn injunctions against damn Biden and Kamala Harris when these night flights coming into this country with illegal aliens? Just what gave Biden that right? Had Congress approved that? No. So as soon as a federal judge got wind of this, they should have told JB, you need to go find them people, put their asses back on them planes, and take their asses back where you got them. But you didn't see that, did you? Oh, but this is what they want Trump to do, but it's damn JB that brought them in here. You know, you almost had Bernie Sanders nominated when JB got nominated for president. That should have told you something. That should have told you how left-wing lunatic the Democratic Party was then and is now. Because JB was nothing but a puppet on a string, and we got to see all of this socialist bullshit happen under JB. And Kamala, she's another one, same difference. And so is AOC. They're all jockeying for position. This Senator Slotkin and AOC and Bernie, they're all jockeying for position, huh? But they ain't got no solutions, and they don't have any ideas, and they don't agree with the Republicans on anything. Zero. You can't just run to a damn blue-ass district and put 30,000 people together and give a speech and say, oh, I'm popular. Oh, I'm in Washington, D.C., and I got this big fanfare in New York. I'm popular. Well, don't think so. From a national perspective, you're not that popular. And you don't make any sense. Anyway, that's going to conclude the video.